picks up their dog's poop.
You guys definitely heard that right. And I know you must be confused. So if you want to get a better look at what apartment hunting in Los Angeles, California really looks like, keep watching. Hey guys, so I don't even know why this is in the video, but I just visited LA for about a week and we went apartment hunting, me and my mom. We actually went during a flash flood and I wanted to show you guys some realistic apartment hunting because I've seen a lot of apartment hunting videos and the budgets are super big. It's like these very modern, nice, super edgy apartments. And I just want to show you guys my version and my experience with the budget that I have. And yeah, I got real pictures, real videos of everything. So if you're thinking about moving to LA, keep watching. So first, we're going to start off with the Hollywood Terrace Apartments in Hollywood, California. This is definitely my fourth place for a few reasons, which I will get to in a second. Before I start, I just wanted to say that all of these pictures are only pictures that I found from apartments.com, Google, stuff like that, because there was supposed to be an open house from 12:30 to 4:30 on Wednesdays. I actually called this apartment complex and they stated that. And me and my mom took an Uber there. It was only like 10 minutes away, so it wasn't a big deal. But when we got there, nobody was in the office. Obviously, you can't get in, which is good. So it's secure. So nobody can get in the apartment unless you obviously have like a code. But nobody answered the calls. Nobody was in the office. So we kind of just went there for nothing. And we started walking around the neighborhood a little bit. And the neighborhood was definitely pretty sketchy. People were leaving their dog's poop everywhere. It literally smelled like poop the whole time. And that just skeeved me out from the beginning. I don't think I could live somewhere where as soon as I go outside, all I smell is poop. But yeah, I was still kind of annoyed because I really was looking forward to seeing this apartment and learning more about it because as you could see by the pictures, the inside actually looks pretty nice, even though I know sometimes people make their apartments look a little better on the inside. But yeah, this was pretty much a downer, and that's pretty much why I put it in fourth place, just because we didn't really get to see anything. The rent here for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath was in between $2,000 and $2,500, I'll say that. So it was a very good price. It came with one parking space that was assigned, and the utilities included were water and trash removal, and pet policies were only cats allowed, and the pet deposit was about $2,500, that's gassed, $250. As you can see, it has a pretty nice rooftop, even though I wish they would put something on it for entertainment, and obviously I was about to say dishwasher. The washer and dryer is not in the unit, which most of them aren't, but at least you still have it in the building. And most of the rooms have balconies. So overall, I would say I probably would have liked this place if I got to see the inside, but due to the neighborhood being a little sketchy and smelly, and the management obviously is not really that responsive, I don't think I would really even want to stay here that much. So in third place, we have these apartments on Melrose Ave in Glendale. I'm not going to say the actual address for security reasons, but this is, I already said it, in third place for a few reasons, which I will show now. So I want to start off by saying that my mom and I only got to visit this apartment on one day, which was like a rainy, gloomy day. So that obviously, affected it a little bit. I'd rather go when it's sunny and bright and makes me a little happier. These are some of the pictures that I actually got myself. I did videotape these apartments, but I'm not going to show it just for security reasons. I'm really not even sure if I'm allowed to show video. But this guy who toured us said I could take pictures, so I just screenshotted photos from the videos that I got. As soon as we walked in, you could tell this place was a little gloomy. It's definitely clean, so it didn't skeeve me out like the other apartments I just showed, but I would say it's just it doesn't really, I don't know, there's something about the environment that's not the best. The manager, he was very nice. You could tell he's definitely a little strict with his stuff, so you always got to be on top of your stuff. But Yeah, he wasn't that personable, but again, I'm not really personable. I don't really talk to a lot of people, so can't really judge. And as you can see, they have a pool, which is always on the top of my list, especially in Cali because it can get super hot. And my mom and I actually only got to look at a studio apartment because that was the only thing available, but we just wanted to use our time here to see any apartment. So it's actually a pretty big studio apartment, I would say. And I love the lighting in the room as well. This specific studio with one full bath and a pretty nice kitchen, as you already saw, went from, I would say, $1,200 to $1,500, so not bad at all. So this place did allow cats and dogs for a deposit of $300 and a weight limit of 25 pounds. And there is assigned parking, but not all units actually have a parking spot available, which is kind of inconvenient. The rest of these photos are photos that I found online. To continue, there is a washer and dryer in the building. There was a dishwasher in the unit, and there's a fitness center, which is really nice, even though I probably will not be using that. And overall, I would say this was a pretty decent place. The neighborhood is very nice. Me and my mom actually walked to a Subway that was like a 5-minute walk away. And the neighborhood looks pretty suburban, pretty safe. It actually reminded me of some of the neighborhoods in New Jersey from where I am. So overall, I definitely liked this place. But also, since we didn't even really get to see an actual 2-bedroom apartment because they don't become available often, the manager says, that's why I put it in third place. Moving on to number 2 on my apartment list is Hollywood Backlot Bungalows in North Hollywood, California. So to start off with management, I would say they are definitely like okay-ish. I called and they were very nice at first. They said that they would just have to check if the units were opened, but then they didn't answer the next 2 times. And when we actually came to visit, because we just took a chance for it and went, the one manager didn't even come out of his office. The lady at the front desk was very nice, though. And as you can see, these are bungalows, as in the name. So they're like mini houses, which is super cool. And this aspect of, these apartments or bungalows was super, super convenient for me, especially because I tap a lot. So if you know you're going to make a lot of noise with whatever work you do or something like that, or you don't want to hear people on top of you and stuff like that or below you, like in regular apartment buildings, this is super convenient for a lot of people. I would say one of the things I didn't like about this place is the street that it was on. The environment and high quality of this apartment complex didn't really match the street that it was on. The street is a very busy street and it doesn't have a lot of convenient food places and stuff nearby. It's a lot of like factories and auto mechanic places. So just as like a young female, I wasn't too comfortable with the street that this place was on. But clearly, as you can see, the interior is amazing. The living space is super large and spacious, which is nice. And you have washer and dryer right there in the unit, this is the only apartment where it was in the unit. It comes with all new kitchen appliances, dishwasher, and I absolutely love this living space. It has 2 doors, plenty of sunlight, which anybody loves. Lots of closet space. The bedrooms are a little bit small, but the living space is big enough where it kind of makes up for that. The rent for this, I would say, is between $2,300 and $2,800, so it's a little more expensive than the rest of the places, but I guess that's just because of the privacy that you get, but still a little bit above our budget. I also definitely think that this place just tries to take a lot of money out of you. Like, there's no utilities included. Dogs and cats are allowed, but the pet deposit is $500, which most of the places I've seen, it's like $250 or $300 at most. And even if you have a 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom, you still only get 1 parking space, which is pretty much just impossible in LA, I feel like. And as for the deposit, they just ask for, the amount of rent that you will be paying per month. But they ask that for each person that's living there. So say you have a 3-bedroom apartment and there's 3 couples living in there, so 6 people. They ask for the monthly rent times 6 as a deposit, which I think is definitely kind of scary. Like, I don't expect them to give all that money back at the end. So I think that would definitely scare me off a little bit as well. And these are the pictures that I found from online, and it actually did pretty much look like this in person. I would say this is like the one apartment place that really looked like, we didn't get to see the pool, but as you can see, they have a gorgeous pool, gorgeous amenities, and it's very much like, feels like a resort type of vibe. And I'd say you definitely pay for that. But even though everything is amazing, I just think the one parking space and the iffy management, which I've seen in other reviews from other people, is kind of what turns me off. But the overall quality of the place is definitely why I put it at a 2. And lastly, moving on to my number 1 place is the Bluffside Terrace Apartments in Studio City, California. This is the front of the building, and it's also on a street with a lot of other apartments. It was like 5 minutes away from our hotel, and it's also like a 5-minute drive from Millennium Dance Complex, which I think like immediately made it my number 1 apartment. My mom and I checked out a 2-bedroom, 1-bath apartment, and the price ranged from, I would say, $2,200 to $2,700. It did look a little bit dark, but again, we went on a rainy, gloomy day, and the lights weren't on in the apartment anyway, but it was very spacious. It still had a lot of natural light with the windows, which I love. We gotta have the natural light. And there are some apartments with balconies, as you could see. They do provide water, sewer, and trash removal, which is pretty nice, and they allow cats. I meant to say cats. I just meshed pet and cat together. Okay, redo. They allow cats, and for dogs, they only allow emotional support dogs. So you just gotta have that in mind if you have a dog. Their pet deposit is $500, but I would say everything else that makes this place amazing, I would pay that for a pet. I also really like the layout of this specific unit. There's 1 bedroom on each side of the apartment with a very spacious living space in between, and the bath is also very nice. So the layout, I could absolutely see myself, I don't know, I could just really, this is the one place where I could really picture myself living there. Moving on to the pictures from Google. These are obviously a little bit brighter, but this is a different unit as well. But yeah, obviously the units are going to be more expensive depending on, if it's newer or not. And they do have a gorgeous pool, as you could see, which we didn't get to see because it was winter. It is winter still. And lastly, the best part of this place was the manager who actually took us on the tour. He was so personable, so nice, so chill, and you could just tell he would make living here a blast. So any little things you go through living here, I feel like he would definitely make it worth it. Please don't pay attention to my bags. I know I just called them out, but let's just ignore them. Okay. So that was the end of my apartment video tour in LA. I hope I did the best that I could and, providing with you guys with all of the information that you needed. Again, not that really good at talking, but we're going to get better at it. We're going to get better. If you guys have any other questions regarding any of those apartments, please comment. I'd be so glad to provide those answers to you. And yeah, this is like the last video from my recent LA trip that I went to, and I'm thinking of doing something about eating disorders for my next video, so just be on the lookout for that. And I hope you guys had a good time touring the apartments virtually with me. So, bye.